He's been dead over 100 years, but Cecil Rhodes is still creating division. The architect of colonialism in southern Africa is enshrined here, in stone, at his old university. But for the class of 2016, meeting here, a man whose legacy includes pillage and plunder has no place adorning one of the world's greatest institutions. This room is an unusual picture for the university. Some here joke that this is all the black students Oxford has. It's not. But David Cameron criticised the university for failing to recruit more qualified minority students. Mobeen says he was the only black British student on the last intake into Oxford's Oriel College.
It's quite bizarre, really. I mean, coming from London, which is quite a multicultural background, to come here and to feel like you are the only representative, and knowing that there are schools which produce more than one student who come to my college in a year group of 100, it does feel like there is something that has gone wrong at some stage in the process.
Mobeen is smart enough for Oxford, but new figures released today suggest that gifted black students like Mobeen stand to earn less than their white peers. According to the Trade Union Congress, the gap in earnings between black and white workers grows as black workers become more qualified. Black workers with only GCSEs earn 11% less than their white counterparts. This wage gap grows to 14% for those with A-levels, a divide that further rises to a staggering 23% for those with a degree. So is this campaign wrongly focusing on the past instead of racial inequalities in pay, which impact students today?
See, I think it's weird that people are kind of asked, why don't you focus on this, why don't you focus on that? Because like I said, it's the issues aren't separate.
When you see a black person, the whole of society feeds you this one notion of who we are, and it's not conducive to us being paid the same. It's not conducive to us staying out of jail. When a policeman sees you, they have the same narratives. It's all about changing the way that black people are perceived in this country.
So for Andre, better representation matters. He says he doesn't fit the Oxford archetype, but for these students who might, do they believe there is a problem?
Or perhaps there's a kind of so-called implicit bias where people maybe just judge without thinking based on preconceived notions.
It's really, really quite obvious that it's largely white dominated, and I was quite shocked by that when I came here.
The white tie and collar is the closest thing the establishment has to a uniform. In these parts, they're facing demands to make an alteration so others can fit in. According to some, life at Oxford would be easier if you look like a member of the Bullingdon Club. But championing diversity and tackling racial inequality is a challenge that goes way beyond this university. Across the country, black graduates earn less than their white peers. So the challenge is ensuring the fruits of privilege are shared fairly.